Welcome to Desert Nomad Chronicles. Behind me is my 2021 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road, and today it's getting an upgrade. I'm going to put in a 2.5-inch lift from Ironman 4x4. It's not their nitro lift, it's the lift before that, the gas lift, the gas strut lift. So I've got my dad out here helping me. We've already got the truck on jack stands. So if you've never done this before, some safety things. You want jack stands, not just a jack. We do have the jack just supporting it there, but if you look underneath the front tire there, you'll see a red jack stand. We also have the rear wheel chalked, front and back, right? So it's not going to roll anywhere. And the e-brake is pulled. So we're going to go through, it's not going to be like an in-depth tutorial, but I'm going to document the whole process. And I'll keep you guys posted on how it's going. Alright, so first thing you do is disconnect your sway bar. So it's mounted here to the frame. Connects right here by this arm to your knuckle. So take this nut off. There's a 17 millimeter. Back it all the way off and then turn it around, put it where the flat side's out. You're going to smack that with a hammer and it should pop right out. See if I can do it one-handed. Just like that. Now you can back this nut off and your sway bar will pull all the way out. And this will give you a lot more room to move everything up and down. Yeah, no blood. No scrapes. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so pausing, disconnecting the sway bar. Take that nut off and get the bolts out, but it gets bound up because the sway bar is still connected to the frame. So first thing we're actually going to do, remove the skid plate so we can access the bolts. The sway bar mount to the actual frame, and then take the whole thing off that way. Otherwise, the skid plate's in the way. Okay, so the bolts holding on the skid plate, it's four 12 millimeter bolts, and they pop right out if you have like an impact driver. Okay, back to the sway bar.
I don't remember what size it was. I took the
14, I believe. All right, sway bar is disconnected. It's still hanging out in there, but it's just kind of awkward to pull out. We will remove it all the way later, but for now it's disconnected, so that should give us more less stuff in the way to work around. Okay. All right, ball joint. 19 millimeter nut. It has a cotter pin, so you got to take the cotter pin out. Then take your 19 millimeter wrench or socket, back this nut off, flip it around. I'll show you guys that in a minute. Flip it around, thread it back on until it's flush, and then you've got a nice surface to hammer the bolt out of the ball joint. So now I've taken the nut, flip it upside down. So you've got a little more area to work with. Especially those castle nuts. You don't want to like bend one of the castles or whatever. Okay, so the next thing, you've got to get the knuckle loose. So you're going to take, same deal, it's a castle nut with a cotter pin. You're going to take the upper control arm ball joint, bolt out of the knuckle, but then you've got two brackets, one on the knuckle itself and then one on the upper control arm where the brake line's running. So you've got to remove those first. The brake line bracket is a 12 millimeter, and the one on the knuckle, and the bracket that holds the anti-brake, what is it? Analog brake? Yeah, whatever. The ABS line. That's a 10 millimeter bolt. Okay, with the brackets out of the way, rethread the bolts into the holes just so you don't lose them. Okay, so next we're taking the cotter pin out and then the castle nut for the upper control arm.
My channel is just a picture every now and then. They have to fill in the gap. Figure it out.
It's gonna do great.
Like we did.
Yeah, figure it out like we did. Oh, I guess that's perfect. It's a 19. Okay.
Well, put that back in there for a second.
I've already pulled it too far.
It's like,
but I want it. There we go.
That's nice.
Maybe don't pull the tie rod in all the way out until you loosen this one. Alright, so Toyota does put a flat, like a striking surface right there though. You should just be able to hit it. There we go. It popped just like that. I didn't need this after all.
That kept it from falling in your lap.
Yeah, that's true. Let's.
You want a jack?
Yeah, let's. Well, it's still attached to the shock, but yeah, let's put the jack underneath it just to take the pressure off. We can. My pants are so ripped. Right there. All right, go ahead and push up just a hair. I don't really know where to hang this thing from.
We'll wrap it around it a few times.
Down here. Right here.
Okay.
Okay, should work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so next you've got 3 nuts. One here, and then one back behind that you'll have to feel. It's 14 millimeters. Just a box end wrench. They'll pop off pretty easily. All right, so we worked ahead a bit. Back the nut off of the bolt that holds the bottom of the shock mount. Drive the bolt out, and then you can lower the lower control arm, and it'll decompress the spring. And it should come right out. Now we're to the upper control arm. As you can see, this big bolt, it runs the whole length. So that's the sleeve the bolt sits in. My dad's already working on it, but we have
gotta move some more.
bent this pinch weld, moved it out of the way. What's that?
You gotta bend it some more.
And he's saying we have to move it a little bit more. So yeah, there's no other way to get this bolt out other than to move this, to bend this pinch weld, this metal, that sheet metal out of the way. So we gotta do that now. Okay, so as you can see, that is empty. The shock is out, and actually disassemble it, but it's right here. It's still kind of in one piece. The upper control arm is also out, and I've got new parts right here. So this is the shock. These are the upper control arms. New front coilover. It says it's about a 2.5 inch lift, so we'll see how that goes. And it slides right in, and you just use these 3 bolts to hold it in place. So I actually didn't need to take apart that top bolt, the one that was such a pain in the ass. We didn't need to do that.
Oh, that's right.
That's the fun of DIY. Sometimes you use stuff you don't need to. So we're gonna put this in now. Does it have a front? I don't think it has a front. There it does. Okay, this goes to the back. No, this goes to the back. That makes sense.
You need your camera guy to put the camera down and help, huh?
Okay. All right, it's in there. Now we got to line up the bottom, get the bolt through, put the nuts on here, and then that's the coilover replacement. That's pretty simple. The rest of it is all this other junk.
This stuff smells like it's working.
Yeah. So now upper control arm. Oh look, a new cotter pad. Oh, just like that.
I'll hold that. Lubricant working. Get in here. I don't think you want. Nope. You got to go back. It's got to be in here.
Oh, we're close. We're so close.
Hold on.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so the new upper control arm. Make sure you're putting the right one on. This big curved part goes through the front, and where the knuckle sits back here. Hang on, Dad. Oh, just a second. Okay, go ahead. Go. Trying up. All right, now try. Gas.
There's something from up here.
Hang on.
Can you take some analogs and try to turn that? It doesn't need to go far.
There we go. Hell yeah. Great job, Dad.
Thanks.
There we go. I got it.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll do that for now. What?
That pigeon.
Oh, yeah?
I know what I missed. Yeah. Oh shit.
Okay, the front's done. We got both sides, upper control arms, and coilovers installed, and everything's torqued. But just a note for any of you who are going to try this: the bolt right here, this bolt for the driver's side upper control arm was a lot more of a pain than the passenger side. We ended up actually having to, you'll see there is a, here, I'll show you on this little bolt. This is from my sway bar, I'm not putting that back on. But see how this nut has like a shelf on it? We had to shave it off basically on one side in order to get it to fit because it's so tight. We also had to remove the battery. So this was a huge pain compared to the passenger side. The bracket, this right here, that ABS line bracket, the hole was too small, so we also had to increase the hole in order to attach it to the new Ironman upper control arm. Okay, so now we're on to the rear. So far, we've only jacked up the truck and taken the rear tires off. The rear is a complete set too, so you've got these 4 U-bolt nuts that you've got to remove right down here. This for the bottom of the shock down here, and the one up top right here. You also have this brake line bracket that attaches right there. That's got to come off as well. And then you have to remove the front bolt from the leaf spring, and then not the rear bolt from the leaf spring, but the rear bolt from the shackle. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hang on. Not that one, this one. So this one's got to come all the way out because there's not enough space to get the bolt out of the leaf spring. So you have to take the whole shackle out with it and then move the shackle to the new leaf springs. So we'll show you all that too. All right, thanks.
All the bubbles.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. And let's go to the top.
Okay. And there should be. Oh, okay. That didn't work, did it?
No.
There. Okay. There's this dinky little thing.
I'll chase it down.
Okay, so the stock suspension on the Tacoma, even the TRD Off-Road, is pretty crappy. It's got these Bilstein tubes, but like look how skinny they are compared to these Ironman tubes. There's so much more fluid in these. These are also rated for heavier. The springs on mine, I only have a bed rack and a rooftop tent, and my springs were basically frowning. They were very flat, and I would bottom out really easily, even like leaving like driveways and stuff, going over speed bumps. So this is gonna be a huge upgrade. Packed out of commission. Once again. again because they're not long enough. Probably be reusing this pump stop. It's a 19 millimeter on the bolt and a 19 millimeter on the nut. Yeah, so we're gonna take this lower bolt out. Yeah. Take the whole shackle out, then disassemble the top one. Save the bolts. Okay. Inserts and all that fun stuff. Now the shackle I'm talking about is here. This is the rear of the leaf spring. That's got to come off. So this bolt is what's attaching the actual shackle to the leaf spring. This is what mounts to the truck. You can't get this bolt out whenever this is attached to the truck, so you gotta get the whole thing out. We'll swap this, put this on the new leaf pack, and then put it back in the truck. Stand by. Yeah, good idea. I don't know why we didn't do that. Now we know. I'll help you in a minute. All right, the Ironman kit comes with new bushings. 3 for each. 3 pairs, for each leaf spring, because you've got the shackle, top and bottom, where it mounts to the truck, where it mounts to the actual spring, and then the front where it mounts to the truck. So you've got to grease these up and replace or slide those in here and here. Okay, so we've got our bushings here. Oh, let me move the camera to the other side. Sorry. No, you're okay. Bushings are right here. Inserts. And I've just got general purpose grease. This doesn't need to be like high temp grease or anything because it's not going near anything that's gonna get hot. And I don't have gloves, so we're just gonna lube it up. This out of here? No? You have a vise? I don't know how you would get that out of there without. It's very similar though to that one. Okay, shackle, we messed up. We almost forgot to put the shackle on. Shackle goes like this. Yeah, we. It's a two-man job. It hangs underneath with the cap part, the closed part there. Yeah. I'd rather not have to worry about it. Yeah, because you still move. Okay. Yeah, cool. Whatever, and get another grip. I need it. I can't get in yet. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna lower it some more. No, we just did it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so with the kit, you get new U-bolts. They're longer, and they also come with new washers, locking washers, and nuts. Maybe I do need an extra set. Just hold that shackle for me. Okay. The next step is the actual strut. The shock. 7/8. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bolt the bottom in and leave this strap on. Then once this is in, once this is in, I'll cut it. That way, as it's expanding, I can get it where it needs to go. But I also need to stack up my bushings and washers in the correct order. So I'm going to do that. Get those ready to go. So you have one bushing, or excuse me, one washer that has a little insert on it, like that goes in the hole. So that's going to go on top. of the bottom sandwich. So you're gonna do this. Washer, bushing, and make sure the washer is cupped towards the bushing. And this one's like a little sandwich, right? But that has the insert on top of it. That goes underneath the mount. Then, the top of the mount, you have this washer that also has the insert. That goes face down, and then you top it with the washer. But I'll show you guys that in a minute.
And you got everything ready to stack it on?
Mm-hmm.
Let me hold it down.
I gotta take this cap off.
You want that going outside, or you want the?
I'm gonna. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. All right, let go. Oh, okay. Well, want to jack the axle up for me?
Yep. All that anticipation.
Yep. All that for nothing.
Are we getting it?
Keep going, keep going, keep going. All right. We're good? I mean, no, a little more.
Keep going. Keep going. Trying.
Keep going.
I think I'm lifting up the truck.
You're okay, keep going. All right, good enough.
I think I've got it off. I do.
Yeah,
I've
you
got
do.
it
You
off
do.
the
But
stand.
I needed to get it to, the threads weren't coming through quite yet.
Oh, they are now.
Yeah, they are now. I did not think to look at what size that might be. That's definitely not a 19.
I'm guessing it's a
17?
9/16 or something.
Oh, it might be a 19.
Is it gonna be metric?
Yeah, it's a 19.
Oh wow. What did we forget?
This goes under the U-bolts.
Huh?
This goes right here.
Well, why'd you forget it?
Under the U-bolts.
Oh no.
Oopsie. That's all right. We can
This
do one
thing's
at a
still
time.
recording?
We
I
can
hope
do
it is.
It is, all right?
It
And I'm going to
is.
put that in there as well.
Oh, forget I walked through that, so I'm sorry.
You're good. Don't forget your bump stops, because then you got to take your U-bolts out and put them in
Practice.
twice. So
Practice righty tighty lefty.
that's okay. Okay. Rear passenger side is done. A lot less time consuming and a lot less work than the front, because the front has a lot more moving parts. But just to go over it again, we've got the leaf pack, the new longer U-bolts. The leaf pack has bushings and inserts on the front and the rear. We didn't replace the shackle inserts because the bushings on there, or the bushings rather, for the shackle, because they seem fine. But that's it. So nothing's torqued yet, except maybe the top here. But we're gonna once we get the other side done, lower the truck so it's on its own weight, then torque everything down. You will need a deep, if you've got this same lift kit, at least the Ironman, you will need a deep 22 millimeter socket to tighten and torque the U-bolt nuts. So keep that in mind. Okay, that's it.